reason that we don't have time to exercise. There's a reason that we're so focused on all of the million things. I was walking around the room earlier and people were like, oh my God, it's so stressful at work. And that's because we as women, we take that on. In fact, I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. And I realized that even I, who talk about this for a living, get into the same exact place. So about 14 months ago, I decided I was going to write a book. And the book had to be done as soon as possible because we're having a jobs crisis, people. Did anybody notice? And so I had to write the book really quickly. But the thing is, I work as a software architect. And so I was architecting software while I was writing my book, and all of a sudden I had to promote my book, and oh my goodness, I had to do all of these things at the same time. So while I was writing my book and then promoting my book, and I was designing software to make a living, I was also trying to date, because I'm single. And if you date, you have to exercise. So I was writing my book, and I was promoting my book, and I was designing my software, and I was trying to date, and I was trying to get some exercise, and then every once in a while, I like to help out with my nieces and nephews, right? But then I realized I had to be speaking more because, oh my goodness, I had to help people get back to work. And that was my responsibility. So I was running around the country, and even though I was trying to design software to make my living so I could speak to people so they could make their living, oh my goodness, I realized I had fallen into the trap that I heard about recently. I want to know how many of you fell into this trap as well. The trap is this. I was at a conference a couple months ago, and I was sitting behind two women between sessions. The speaker had spoken for about an hour, and one woman turns to the other woman and she says, oh my goodness, in that hour, I got 14 emails I have to deal with at work. And the other woman looks at her and says, 14? I got 30. And the other woman said, did I say 14? I meant 40. Well, suddenly, people were being competitive about how crazy their lives were. Oh my goodness, I'm more crazy than you. I have to work so hard. In fact, I'm so crazy, I'm busy. And these women, it seems to me, have invented a brand new word that I had never heard of before called crazy busy. How many of you are crazy busy? How many of you would like to be less crazy busy? Yeah. Here's what we do to ourselves as women. We make ourselves crazy busy. And the idea today is to figure out how to slow down what you're doing so that you can give yourself the time to think. Peel away all the stuff that's in the way of you moving forward the way that you want to, and then accelerate. And that's what we're going to focus on today.